Yes, we know it's a Monday, and we all know how Mondays are. A sharp cutoff from the weekend.
Yeah. Well, on Wake Up Nigeria, the possibilities for what we want to achieve during this week are endless. Looking forward to a wonderful week. Hey guys, how's it going?
Great. Now, one of the things we want to achieve this morning is to turn your Monday into a fun day.
Yeah, you better believe it. The show is Wake Up Nigeria, and we are coming to you live right now from the heart of Lagos. My name is Yomi Owope.
And I'm Titilayo Oyinson. One way to ensure that you stay with us all through the show is just make sure you stream with us. We're streaming live, tvcontinental.tv, and on Facebook at TVC Connect. You can also download our mobile app from the Play Store or the Apple Store. Anywhere across the world, you can watch us.
All right, so send in your comments. Let us know what you're up to this Monday morning. Use the hashtag Wake Up Nigeria. It's going to be a special day.
Yes, indeed.
Looking forward to the next 3 hours. It's going to be very nice.
Mary.
Very nice.
Hi, how you doing?
Great.
Okay,
You look
a
good.
lot better from last Wednesday.
Now that is a story for one of our couch conversations, honestly. But thanks so much for asking. Thank you. It's great to be back, guys. It's great to be back.
Great to have you back.
Yes.
You know,
Monday.
I said something on the group, you remember, the other day. I can see a Chigozie Basha. And my name is Basha as well. So I'm really curious as to meet her. We have a large family, so it's near impossible to know everybody. So I'm really curious about this. Just so people don't think that I know the person. I don't. I'm really looking forward to meeting her.
Chigozie Mary Basha.
So this is where I go. I might have one of my crazy outbursts right now, but I don't want to get emotional, but the twins turned 6 this morning.
Oh, great.
Happy birthday to Amber and Ruby Oyinson, my girls. Now, all the love in the world is not enough to express how much I appreciate you. And there's just only so many words I can use. But mommy loves you. Happy birthday. There's cake coming and there are goodies coming as well.
Yeah, cake and goodies.
Birthday to
Happy
you,
birthday
girls.
to
Happy
Amber and
birthday.
Ruby, the twins.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
God bless you today and keep you safe.
Amen.
Always.
Amen.
Very nice, very nice.
Thank you.
Looking
Very
forward
nice.
to cakes
So,
as
Yomi,
well in the office.
You're looking really distinguished today.
Oh yeah.
What happened?
So I don't always look distinguished. Is
No,
that
you
what you're
don't.
saying?
You're stylish,
Particularly-
you're fun sometimes, you look all business-like.
You know
but
what?
today, maybe because of the mixed colors, you look very distinguished.
There's another birthday shout out to give. Happy birthday to Sarah.
You're welcome to Lagos Traffic. Yes, it's about time for us to give you traffic updates. Now, please note that you can always be a part of this. All you need to do is tell us your traffic situation with the hashtag WakeUpNigeria, okay? So you can send a message on Instagram, Facebook, or even Twitter to let us know what your traffic situation is and perhaps take a traffic selfie. That would be really cute. All right, so let's take a look at what the traffic is like in certain areas of Lagos today. We're going to go as far as Ikotun today. That makes Ikotun sound very far. Ikotun is not that far. But hey, Ikotun Road right now, that's Ikotun Indimu Road, is very free. Amazing. As a matter of fact, up until KICC, you would not encounter traffic if you're coming towards Ikotun. But of course, at Ikotun bus stop, there's usually that traffic when you're leading to the local government area. So that area, there's a bit of traffic, bumper to fender traffic, but it's not so bad. It's free and it keeps going on till you get to Egbeda. You know, of course, how Egbeda is. There's a bit of traffic, though, just before you get to Egbeda when you're around Isheri. But it's quite light at the moment, so you need not worry about getting there, of course. Now, Titi, I know you go out of Lagos, and you've been to so many places in Lagos. Have you been to Ikotun area?
Yeah, of course. I actually have been around that area. A lot more than I would like, let me say. But those major junctions, those major bus stops, you know, they can be quite tense, especially because of the commercial vehicles. They just have a way of blocking every corner.
Actually,
Like,
when it's really early in the mornings, it's usually those commercial vehicles.
Yeah, it's just
blocking. So sometimes they take up like half the road, driving out of the road.
You can't get them off. So until they pick those passengers, you can't get them off.
Until the officials
it's a big challenge.
get there and, well, start working. So they might even be there, but they might not have started working.
It's a big challenge on all major bus stops across Lagos.
Yeah.
You know, when, you know, people are trying to come out into the street.
All right, so let's move on. This time we'll start from Ikeja. That's Lasuth area, Ikeja along. Heading to Mushin. So many people head towards the island via Mushin, just so as to beat the traffic on Ikorodu Road. So if that's your plan this morning, guess what? It's a fantastic plan. You can get to Mushin in quick time. In fact, from Ikeja to Mushin might take you less than you would expect. Up until Oshodi, the traffic is light. It's just smooth drive. So you need not worry. But when you get to Oshodi, be prepared to encounter a bit of traffic, and it's bumper to fender traffic. But it's probably because of the buses trying to drop off passengers and pick up more passengers, though I know a lot of enforcement has gone into that lately. So up till you get to the bridge, there's traffic. A little after the bridge, there's traffic. But hey, when you move a bit forward from there, you'd see that you'd have a smooth ride. So you're going to enjoy your ride a whole lot if you decide to go to the island via Mushin this morning. I know so many people don't like taking the Third Mainland Bridge. So if you are one of those and you set out already, it's a good one for you. You won't have much of a traffic problem this morning. And moving to Isolo Road. Yeah, I'm trying to be as versatile as possible today. Isolo Road is very free. Wow. When you get to the SOS Children's Village, there's a bit of traffic though, but it's not so bad. From Mushin Road leading there is actually very free. It goes on, you go through so many places until you get to Itire Road. Now, the road, that Itire Road leading up onto Isolo is where the traffic block starts. It's actually free till you get to the expressway, but as soon as you get to Isolo Road leading to the Itire Junction itself, you'd find that there's a lot of traffic. And it starts light, but at some point it becomes bumper to fender. And it's like that until you get to the expressway. So be prepared for traffic if you're coming from Ikotun. But don't worry, at some point it will ease up. You'll find that it's not so bad after all. I don't know, has any one of you ever lived on Isolo Road? Whenever I hear Isolo, I always think it's like outside Lagos. I haven't been there before.
Isolo Road. That's where the Lagos State Polytechnic is. I did 3 years on that road in that traffic.
Yeah, and that's also the way
State
to the international airport as well. So part of it. So
That's some part of it.
Crazy, that place.
Area.
And it's unpredictable
access it.
traffic.
Yeah.
But now you're saying it's free. Good luck to everybody. Because in the next 30 minutes, oh my goodness, it might turn to something else. We have some tweets though.
Yeah,
Okay.
I have a tweet here from NG Car Parts. Thanks so much for all the tweets that come through, by the way. Currently, extremely slow traffic under, inward Abule Oshun. Let me get that right. Under bridge along Badagry Expressway. It also says here, Ikeja under bridge en route Obakran is currently good to go. It says the traffic this morning is high on dusting powder. It says there's slow movement all the way from Antoni to Jibowu. You know, that's according to traffic chief there.
Antoni to Jibo, wow.
Yeah, Yaba.
That's most of Ikorodu.
Yeah, most of it.
For those going to the island.
And it says it's high on dusting powder. That must be really crazy. Yaba Inward Post Office, Tantalizer is currently good to go, but slight traffic approaching Oyingbo Market, Oyingbo proper. Then it also says here, moving traffic from First Gate to Maza on route mile 2 via the center lane along Badagry Expressway is quite tight as well.
Yeah. Okay, let's check out those going to the island from from Berger.
Okay.
It's quite busy on the way to Third Mainland Bridge, so Ogudu, all that access. Yeah. Cornell petrol stations, all of that. That's really busy. And the Third Mainland Bridge right now is super busy.
It's solid.
It's a solid block of red. So
back to back.
So Ikorodu is also busy as well. It's a Monday morning, so maybe what you want to do is either wait maybe an hour or two before you go out so that it's easier for you. Because if you're going out at this time, it's already pretty busy.
Waiting an hour or two, especially if you live around the Yanokwaja, is a very bad idea. In fact, it's usually better to leave early. It's either you leave earlier or much later.
But today, interestingly, a lot of the schools have closed. So that means in about an hour or two, usually the school buses are going on the road. People are going to drop their kids at school. But because a lot of the schools have closed for the holidays, it should actually get better.
Right?
Yeah, this is second term, yeah.
Yes,
so the
this is
schools
the end
have
of
closed,
the
so
term.
it won't be as bad as you think later. I think the early morning rush is still the early morning rush.
Right
later
now,
on, it might cool off.
Right now, it's not as bad for those staying at Yanokwaja. It's the usual way. So leading from Yanokwaja to Dokpemu is actually free. From Dokpemu, though, it's free to an extent, although there's traffic around Dokpemu, but it's free afterwards until you get to the usual traffic-prone zone just before the fuel station there. So be ready for that, okay? So I wish you all a very safe journey today as you set out in and out, all right? The morning does not really start, of course, till a cup of warm liquid has gone down. And it's time for coffee with the gang. I can't wait. I see Mike has already colonized that kitchen.
Yeah.
So you guys, fuel subsidy removal. I know that. It's a touchy subject, but I remember some years back when people didn't understand it.
Okay.
So we protested because
there was a major protest.
There was a major protest all around Lagos. Didn't want it removed. Didn't want petrol to become expensive. But now people are saying if it's removed, petrol might go from 165 to like 250 or 300. But let me tell you the good news. If it's removed, right? Most people will stop driving.
Okay.
So there'll be less traffic, maybe. So your traffic updates will be easier.
I just say everywhere is free.
Exactly.
Just go out
so, but what I think the government should also do is improve transport.
Metro transport
system. Probably put more money, a little bit more money into rail transportation, so that it's easy for people to get from one point to another, and it's safer also on the seas. So get bigger vessels for the waters, for the waterways. Just little things like that can
live
really
in Ibadan and work in Lagos. Just
exactly. So if you're wearing a nice three-piece suit, you're not worried that people are going to punch your face in Oshodi. You know, you can get on the bus looking nice and fresh and still arrive in the office fresh.
Yeah.
You understand? Without driving and getting through all that stuff.
It's a big deal.
Yeah, it might take a few years, but you know.
It's achievable. I believe it.
So yesterday was yesterday was Palm Sunday.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Very big one. How was your Palm Sunday, by the way, guys? So mine was a little bit scary. I was quite close to the region where where there was a car clash. So people woke up in the morning and maybe we're on Palm Sunday procession. We're going forward to Palm Sunday and they saw bodies and heads on the road.
Oh no!
And this was just after Abraham Adesanya.
No
way. So I was in Badore, which was quite not so far from there.
So that Ajay area.
Yeah, that access.
Goodness me.
You know. So, but we
Mike is just trying to stamp the fact that he lives on the island, which he doesn't.
And so there was an overnight called clash.
Yeah.
Yes,
so
there was.
That's what the reports say.
Wow.
Well, then now it brings me back to, there's a post by Ali Baba, and it was very, very, you see, what we have to do in this country is in our own hands. See, we're talking, so we have the problem. People talk about how we don't have enough police to man the population. But I said, look, if we just spend money in something as simple as just CCTVs. I mean, we've had many crimes that have been solved just because there was an eye there. That's what CCTV does. He made mention of Rwanda. I mean, those guys don't have so many policemen. In fact, they just chill. All they do is that you can have one policeman man a lot of areas. He just sits in front of the cameras and is watching all day.
Yeah.
And the cameras, so there are hardly blind spots. Yeah. So anything happens. I will still remember just something my mom told me when she went to Israel. She said that there was this retired military personnel that she was with, and he was in a store. While he was buying stuff, they picked his pocket.
Wow.
Right? He didn't know. 30 minutes later, he went to the next store.
Wow.
Only for Israeli service to come and meet him and say, hello, are you this, are you that, and give him his wallet.
Wow.
He didn't know it was missing.
Wow.
It had been picked.
Wow.
You know, and OAP actually talked about the
you
fact
know
that in
Israelis.
Lagos...
Bad guys.
They're called the global best practice.
Don't try those guys.
Yeah, I was saying, and OAP actually posted something on social media some weeks back, talking about how drivers should be careful. There are certain areas in Lagos that actually do have CCTVs.
they do.
Apparently, someone ran a red light, feeling fly with himself, and all of a sudden he got pulled up like miles after and told, Oga, why did you? And he's like, that was like 15 minutes ago. And then they told him that, doesn't he know there's CCTV there? And he was like,
Okay, you know that.
They've been sending letters round. They've been
Yeah.
sending letters to
Yeah.
people's houses now. So if you run a red light, if you flout some traffic rules or anything, and the camera catches you, they'll take a picture of your car
And then
send it to your house, because everything is biometric now. Everybody they have your address.
Yeah.
They know everything about you. As long as that car is registered to you, whoever the car is registered to is going to get that letter.
Yeah.
Speaking of CCTV, back in 2008, I think, I was working at another TV station. And I remember that the Lagos State government wanted to go into partnership with an Italian company. And basically what they wanted to do was have this, they wanted to install CCTV cameras, yes. But what they wanted to also do was install some aerial view type technology on high buildings.
Wow.
So they have that already. It's just the on-the-ground view of CCTV cameras is what we don't have.
Okay.
But aerial views, knowing what's happening in Lagos, real time.
There actually is CCTV.
There is in some areas you'll be stunned. And talking about CCTV,
There
you know,
is.
some weeks back as well, I was telling you guys about Ikeja Along and how some folks would say, oh, you shouldn't cross, there's a bridge now.
Yeah.
Now, I happened to pass Ikeja Along yesterday and I saw that footbridge has actually been blocked.
Oh, okay.
And in a way, I would say thank you to whoever decided to block it.
Oh, okay.
Because one of my fears, which I didn't want to express that day out of, okay, maybe I'm not looking at people's security, was you have a footbridge that doesn't have any rails on the side.
Wow.
So imagine someone holding a child and the child gets too excited, and children get too excited every
Oh
time.
my goodness. God forbid.
Yes, exactly. So that footbridge has actually been
It was not
blocked
completed,
now.
that's just
It
what it
wasn't
was.
completed. But some officials were already using it as an opportunity to extort people, like, if you cross, you're in trouble, you know, all those
Right,
things.
right.
Yeah, so
And
I
then,
guess
yeah.
somebody decided that, why are you making people climb this place? Let's block it up.
Yeah.
Well, we have to wrap up now. We have to wrap up. But we are going to return from this break really quickly. You don't
And there's a special performance coming up as well.
It's a beautiful day to behold. Yes, it's 7 a.m. And for us, it's more beautiful knowing that we're going to be sharing the rest of the show with you.
Yeah, we hope your weekend was really good. Mine was. But things are about to pick up for you. As you can see, we're all dressed up, ready for business on this Monday morning.
It's important. Now, the show is Wake Up Nigeria, and it's happening live from the studios of TVC Communications right here in Lagos. My name is Titilayo Oyinsan.
And I'm Yomi Hope. We're streaming live right now on tvcontinental.tv and on Facebook. Check us out at TVC Connect. Now, send in your comments across all social media platforms, on Twitter, Instagram, and on Facebook. Use the hashtag #WakeUpNigeria.
Yes, indeed. Now, if you haven't downloaded it yet, I don't understand what you're waiting for. Download our mobile app right now. We have it on the Google Play Store and the Apple Store. And anywhere in the world you can watch us, as in absolutely anywhere. No restrictions, yo. None.
Yeah. All right. Now, breakfast is essential on Wake Up Nigeria. You know, the show is never complete without food. And
Food.
I'm not seeing anything happening in the
I'm
kitchen
actually
right
thinking
now.
about food right now.
I'm
My
wondering,
tummy is rumbling.
I'm wondering what Mary's up to.
Titi can't eat me. But don't worry, guys. There'll definitely be breakfast somehow. I'm going to rustle up something for you. The chef will be here in a bit. Just keep your fingers.
Yeah, please rustle up something, and we don't want noodles.
Yummy,
Or any such
we've
thing.
only made noodles once.
No.
On this show.
Okay.
As in by
You did not
ourselves.
just say that.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
You didn't.
It's fine.
But hey, it's a brand new week. We'd like to keep you abreast of the happenings in tech. Mike has tech updates coming up very, very soon.
Now, own your brilliance and be unapologetic with it. Now, on our talking about what we are going to do and helping us to be motivated this Monday, we have the CEO of Pursue Your Purpose, Tamiko Chuwela, who's going to be talking to us.
Okay.
You being stressed.
Yeah.
Says the fewest of the fewest men in the world.
Let's not even.
I don't like
You
ladies.
wanna
I
start
don't
that
stress
conversation?
ladies, man.
Really?
See, I like
Mike,
someone
you
asked,
don't stress-
someone asked me a question. I'm like,
Mike doesn't stress
I went
ladies.
as far as saying, look, the perfect this thing, whatever she wants. Look, if she doesn't want to have kids, if she doesn't want to, wife no cook. You can hire a cook. Understand? There are qualities you should look for. But not because she's for me. Not like she has to clean the house, she has to do this. No.
Really? So
You don't
that's
need all
the
of
stress.
that.
That's the stress. That's
You
what
don't need all
he
of
thinks
that.
is the
You know
stress.
something?
I mean, no,
Titi,
that's
You
There's
can see
something-
where his mind is. He feels that the cooking and the cleaning is the stress part.
what now. You know me, allow me finish now.
No, that's not the stress part.
What's this one now?
As someone who has shared a desk with
Oh,
Mike
boy.
for
Which
years,
desk?
yes,
You not share
we
the desk
shared
with
a
me.
desk
Well, we're
with
not in the
Mike
same building.
in the office here. I can tell you,
We don't share the
No,
desk.
but
Any wife
seriously,
from Mike
there's
will
something
get
I've always said,
strength.
Yomi.
Right.
Proverbs 31 woman, the virtuous woman. I love the fact that so many people make reference to that particular chapter, but there's a particular line many people ignore. She directs our servants.
Yeah.
People always ignore that. Now, this virtuous woman, she works hard. She has a business. She takes care of her family, but she directs her servants.
Yomi is smiling.
So some men, and then, we've forgotten so many things. We used to have communal settings where women have help.
Mary,
Family
Some of these
members,
days you have to be
relatives.
careful. Mary-
These days you're on your own,
Mary,
but there's no.
Oh, yeah, Yomi.
Sir.
Mary, I've read that scripture.
She did not direct her servants in that.
Wait, hang on. I've read that scripture, and I can tell you that if that is really the definition of a virtuous woman, then there is none.
Really?
So
Really?
because
No,
all
it's
those
the
things
truth.
are if all those things are not achievable.
They are not.
In one person.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
that's even
it's
somebody
a
that has
person.
a servant that she has to direct.
No, calm down, Mary. Calm down.
All right, we have to go to the news now.
Can you
Yes.
see violence?
I'm
Violence on
I'm
the
showing
set.
my shirt. Now, those who know, they know what's going on. with this
Violence
shirt.
on the set going on right
those
now.
who know. No,
Allah,
Allah, Mike. we have to-
Oh yeah, they'll be awake. The twins will be awake at 8 o'clock.
Yes,
when we
they
come
will.
back. But happy birthday to the twins and also to.
Thank you, Mike. Now, I think I'm motivated to buy some stock. You've just given me a good reason to go into stocks. But when it comes to motivation, we always have someone interesting come to talk to us. Tamiko Kwela. I missed it. Oh my goodness, Kweyar. Yes, the L is silent. So Kweyar, she's the founder of and CEO of Pursue Your Purpose, and she's been recognized for her leadership abilities all over the world. She is a member of the Forbes Coaches Council and the National Association of Professionals. In short, she's an embodiment of excellence, and she's here to talk to us about owning your brilliance and letting you take you to heights unimaginable. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
I'm
Thanks
pleased
for
to
having
meet
me.
you.
Nice to meet you. Thank
Okay,
you.
so your profile was a lot longer than what I just read out just now, but it's really great to have you on the show. So now, reaching your goals, owning your brilliance, it feels like something very far-fetched, especially in a climate like Africa, Nigeria.
Yes.
What is the first thing you would tell maybe a client or a group of people you are going to speak to on owning your brilliance?
Yes. Own your brilliance. I wrote a whole book about it because there were so many people who were misplaced or displaced in their career choices. Okay. People are doing things now just to make money. You know, that can only take you so far. You won't, often you won't have the fulfillment to go along with it. So I tell my clients to take inventory of their gifts, talents, skill sets, and abilities, and then I teach them how to monetize them.
Okay. So skills, let's take that again, skills,
Gifts, talents, skill sets, and abilities.
So there are a lot of gifted, talented people right here on the streets.
I agree.
And they're not getting jobs, they're not getting opportunities in the fields that they're really interested in.
Yes.
So it does feel like you're speaking over and over like a broken record to people that cannot find those opportunities.
Yes.
So where do we go from there?
Well, this is why I talk a lot about taking ownership of your own brilliance. Okay. You know how many times we look for other people to give us opportunities when we can create them ourselves. Okay. So this is what I teach my training and my leadership classes about. I'll be teaching on Saturday, as a matter of fact, at Workstation in Victoria Island at 9 a.m. I'm teaching a master class to teach people how to do that. When you don't, there's 23% unemployment in Nigeria right now. If the jobs don't exist, that means we must create them, right? So this is what I teach people how to do, and take those skill sets and monetize them into a viable business.
I know there's a young person watching right now who needs some kind of bullet points. They need some bite-sized nuggets to help them get through this week. So how do we start with those bullet points?
Okay, one thing you want to look at is, what are you already giving away for free?
Okay.
People often recognize our gifts before we do. We tend to, we do it to help people. People ask us to do things. Can you plan this? Can you organize this? Whatever your skill sets are, take a look at that and then see if you can actually turn that into something that's monetizable.
Okay.
The second thing that you want to do is to make sure that it's in alignment with things that you're actually passionate about, things that you want to do, and move your life in the trajectory on that path. Don't go and chase things like money for just the sake of getting money. Okay. And then the third thing that I would say is just keep the faith, you know, be resilient. Business is not easy. You're going to have some times where you're going to get knocked down. You have to have a strong, resilient spirit if you're going to keep on the path of entrepreneurship.
Okay, so that resilience you're talking about, man, I don't know. I've seen my own brother, my only sibling, my brother right now. He's passionate in so many great things.
Yes.
And he's a great young, energetic person.
Yes.
But he's just not been able to, go in the direction he really wants to go. He ends up going into jobs just to, keep going. And there are young people that have families to feed.
Yes.
So how do you keep that resilience and then, also be able to fend for your family?
Yeah. Your brother sounds like he needs to come to my class, but I remind people that there are 7.6 billion people on this planet. Okay. And I say, I broaden their horizons. I get them to thinking about unconventional ways to make money outside of the context of Nigeria, outside of the borders of Lagos, So I show them opportunities, even online ways that they have now these things called digital nomads. I am myself one. I am not relegated to a geographical region. I can work from anywhere. Okay. So I just teach people the things that I know and that I know that work for me. So that's what I would encourage people to do, is to look outside of their environments for opportunities.
So don't just think about what's in Lagos. Don't just think about what's immediately hands-on. So you're saying go online? You're talking digital now.
Yes, this is the one thing I noticed about Nigeria. I travel all over the world. The one thing, there's no shortage of talent here in Nigeria. Okay. Hands down, they have a lot of places in the world beat when it comes to talent. However, the embracing of technology is a little bit slower than comparatively speaking to other places. Once Nigeria really grabs hold of technology, then their opportunities really broaden and are limitless at that point. Okay.
So now there's probably a young person's parent and he sees his son on his phone all the time, not doing much else. And to a parent, it's like, what are you always doing on that phone?
Yes.
Why are you always tweeting? Why are you always on social media? So you're saying you would like to encourage young people to embrace technology, go online more.
Yes. If you're going to be on Instagram anyway, why not use it to promote and advertise a business, something that you're selling, that you can profit from, right? So the young people are using social media, but when it comes to connecting it to viable business opportunities that's going to get them money, that's where I see the disconnect.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so on an average, a young person uses maybe, let's say, 500 to 1,000 naira a week on data. I'm thinking, you know, how much of that 1,000 naira are they making back every time they're on social media?
Right.
Really, it's kind of expensive when you think about it.
Yes, it is. That's a barrier that, you know, in comparison with other places in the world, you know, the technology, the access to the internet is so expensive here in comparison to what people actually make.
Okay.
So we realize that's a barrier, but for the people who have access to data, you know, use it into something that's going to bring money back to you instead of shelling out money, you know, just for frivolous things like socializing online, you know. Yes.
Okay, so I know we've been talking a lot about young people, but there are also people who are married, who have families, who are also looking for something to motivate them. Maybe they've tried some businesses and they've been knocked down, or maybe they just didn't work, or they didn't get the right encouragement or guidance. You know, how do people start picking up the pieces from there?
Yes.
As quickly as possible.
Yes. You know what? Contact a coach. Even the best players in sports, they need coaches, right? When they hit a snag or they hit a wall and they don't know what to do or how to improve. Everybody in life at some point, you're going to need a mentor, a coach, a trainer. Connect with somebody like me or somebody in your area who can help push you forward to your next level.
All right then. Thank you, Tamiko,
My pleasure,
for coming to talk to us today. And I'm going to get that name right. Cuellar.
Yes,
Tamiko
you
Cuellar.
got it.
I got it. Yes. Now, of course, we'd love to know your opinion of what we've talked about today. Please talk to us on social media. Use our hashtag WakeUpNigeria. Can't wait to see your messages. The show will resume shortly. Do not go anywhere.
Welcome back. It's still myself and Chef Tina in the kitchen as we try to put breakfast together for this morning. Breakfast is very exciting this morning. Loads of moi moi, enough to feed an army. All right, so how far have we gone?
It's going on well.
So that is our moi moi. Chef Tina, how did we put this together?
We had our beans blended with pepper and tatashe, then onions. So in here we have our salt, cinnamon, rosemary, and salt.
Okay.
So it's actually going on well.
Yeah.
You know, like I said, it's moi moi veggies. So I have my beans already getting set.
Okay.
So the next thing I'm going to do is just to break my egg in it.
I thought we were going to like mix the egg.
No.
So we're just going to put it like that?
Yeah.
I wonder how it will taste when it's cooked. Will the yolk still be very evident?
Yes.
Okay. I'm still waiting to see what will happen with the veggies though.
Just hold on, don't rush.
I'm in a hurry. I'm from Russia. So now this one, we put this one earlier, just so you'll be able to see what it will look like at some point while cooking. That's why you see this is already, the egg is already boiled. Okay, well, it's boiling. It's not fully boiled yet. So just...
So I'm just going to cover it.
Yeah.
I'm just going to cover it.
So at what point is the veggies going in? I keep asking. Is the egg going to cook through?
Mary, in few minutes time, I'm going to just put my veggies on it.
Oh, the veggies will go in
Yes.
on top of everything?
On top of it.
So for each slice of moi moi,
You just
every
have that
bite has
feel
veggies.
of veggies in it. And I love moi moi, sincerely speaking. You know, I'm like, we need to go AY, you know, doing...
We might fulfill Mike's dream and give him Gary with the moi moi this morning. He's been talking about having Gary with his moi moi this morning.
Do you know the one I really find very, very
Amusing.
funny? It's that one when you put the bread.
Sis, that
Put
thing
the
is
moi-
life. It's called moi moi burger.
Moi moi burger.
You open your agege bread. Note, it shouldn't be done with sliced bread. The ingredients are on your screen right now for the moi moi veggies, okay?
Goodness.
So what you do is, well, if you do it with sliced bread, it means you have to cut your moi moi through, okay?
You know?
So you make slices of your moi moi, But it will not be the same thing. But if you want
Mary,
to eat it the right way... See,
let me tell you.
I want
let
to
me
be
tell
like
you the
Mike
truth.
will do it. Okay.
Let me tell you the truth. You know, this veggie moi it's just something you eat without gari or bread or maybe pap.
Wait, you eat it without gari or bread or pap?
Because of the veggies on it now. So you like that gari?
I will eat moi. I'll not be able to eat bread or gari or... It's even life with moi.
Come on now.
I'm serious. Especially well-prepared ones, those thick ones that have been well...
Ginger.
Sis, you know. And you're not saying we can't eat it with it. I know, could it work?
No. Oh, my work. Oh.
So you cut open your agege bread, put the moi inside, and then get ready for the... See, let me tell you, all these hamburger once it has nothing on it. So.
That means it's water all the way now.
Which water?
You just be taking water at interval now. Bread and moi.
Bread. Whatever, just eat it and enjoy it, and do it with the veggies. It will be like eating burger. You don't have to slice anything else. That is life.
So
okay, so I noticed you didn't put oil though.
Yes.
Is there a reason?
I prime my plates. That's my pan.
When you say prime, that means you put oil
yes,
in the pan.
I grease it.
So that's why could you open it this
yeah.
a bit? Yeah. So that's why you see
the edges.
The edges seem oiled. That's the reason for that. Yeah, though
I
the edges are being taken over
so.
by eggs now.
So I'm just going to take my veggies now.
Are they ready for the veggies?
Yeah. The first thing that will go is my carrots.
Because carrots have to cook through. Okay, looks good. That's our moi veggies. Okay. And then, is just the carrots for now?
The carrot for now, yeah.
Yeah, because I know the carrots have to cook first. Okay. This looks good already. Just imagine the burst of color when we are serving much later. You know? And I'm sure you're going to be looking forward to the serving because Chef Tina and presentation is enough to eat. In fact, sometimes you get me scared. I'm like, should I touch this food? Looks like a sin to do so.
Just like what my daughter used to say. She would say the presentation, I'm scared to even touch it now.
You know, you do that a lot. So with this, you just, it's good to have something like this in your house.
Yes, so you'll be able to know, most times you don't know the measurement. Okay. So you just know if I'm going to put 1 cup, I'm okay with it. Then I want to add 2 more. Okay. You just have the same.
Okay. Are these the large or the small tins?
These are the large ones.
These are the large ones?
These are the large ones.
So for the large ones, you can do up to 2 scoops if you're trying to get the moi veggie.
If you really want to, yes, 2 scoops for moi veggie, but the normal one, 3 scoops is okay.
Okay, okay. That's great, that's great. So, it's moi for us this morning for breakfast.
All right, welcome back. We're still here with Chigozie Bashua, who's talking to us about talking about a nuts processing plant in Nigeria. Now, one of the things we've noticed in Nigeria is when you go to all these fancy departmental stores in Nigeria, you pick up maybe a pack of even a regular cashew nuts or anything, and it's usually very expensive. Some go as high as 3,000, 4,000. And you said that you wanted to come up with a solution to that. So talk to us. That's where you stopped before the break.
Yeah, so my solution was to have it locally processed and processed to international standards that is obtainable on the shelves, and then have it at an affordable rate. And not just the nuts itself, but nuts, healthy food products processed from nuts, because what we have just the raw nuts. But then we have things like tiger nut flour, which is good for people that are diabetic. And because of the health properties of tiger nuts, we have such flours that could be beneficial to our health instead of having cassava flour or things that probably the doctors have said you can't take. You can have things you can use and just to keep you alive. Yeah.
So talk to us about what you then had to go through, because I mean, you came back home after all your research and everything. What did you have to go through to ensure that you started this plant and run it successfully? What did you have to do?
Okay, first of all, funding. So manufacturing in Nigeria is quite expensive. It's not so, it's not a walk in a park. It's not something that you wake up and you start doing. It took us, after that, it took us about 3 years to get our first funding. And that was how we were able to rent a factory and buy 1 or 2 machines. And then after that came Tony Elumelu.
The Tony Elumelu Foundation
grant, you know, which quite amazingly has opened doors for us. So aside the monetary aspect of it, the fact that you are endorsed by that foundation, you know, people trust your products. They trust that you are genuine. And so we've had to also, the research aspect of it, the research and development. So oftentimes, now and again, you have to make sure you are up to date. You have to make sure that what you're doing is the right thing. And then we've had to deal with NAFDAC. Of course. Which every person that has gone through it will tell you that it is not easy to go through. So we've had to do that, and these are some of the challenges. And then electricity, you know,
well,
is
of course,
really,
that's a big challenge.
Is a big challenge.
Which everybody talks about in manufacturing.
It's really non-existent, and which is still a major challenge for us.
So, I mean, so how does this make you competitive when you're talking about comparison with the international brands that people, of course, are still used to, and they're still importing it even as we speak? So you're doing your processing, but lots of stores still house international brands. So how, despite all these challenges, do you ensure that you maintain this competitiveness by comparison? Okay, so it's not something that will go away in a day. It's something that is a gradual process, and we are hoping that in time to come, people will trust that Nigerian brands can measure up to the international brands. And that is why we take time to give top quality products, and also to ensure that you have an experience when you take our products. Right. Yeah. So I love it. I mean, so at the end of the day, you do not just cashew nuts, but you process a bunch of other things as well. Tiger nuts. Tiger nuts, yeah. Coconut flakes. We make coconut flakes, which is good for your cereal, for your salads. And we have tiger nut flour, which you can use for your, in place of your fufu. And all the starch heavy, all the other starch heavy foods. This is amazing. And what you're doing, you already said it's not a walk in the park. So for anyone who is even trying to go into any kind of manufacturing and not just nuts, it's not a walk in the park. It took you 3 years to get your first round of funding. And now you're doing so successfully, and it's amazing. So how do I get in touch with you if I want some more mentoring? Say I'm a young person trying to get into business. We're located at 20B Bankolemo Street, Surulere. And on Instagram as well. On Instagram, our handle is The Nut Place. Then we are on Twitter at The Nut Place, on Facebook at Nut Place NG. We have our website, www.thenutplace.com.ng. Chigozie Bashwa of The Nut Place, thank you so much for joining us this morning. And we wish you all the success in your business as well. All right, so we're going to take a break now. And when we get back, we have a chat with Nigerian actor Ufot. Back.
All right. Now we have our celebrity guests on the couch. Now, Ufot is a versatile Nigerian actor, and he's been in numerous productions over the course of his career. Yeah, and he's joining us this morning to talk about what he's been up to in the past few months. And your beard gang is really ganging up against the boys in the studio this morning. Took the words out of my mouth. I was going to talk about this beard. Fresh.
I try. God gave me a lot of this one and took everything.
You just replaced it. So would you like him to shift it around, or
I think I'm perfectly made in his image.
Very nice. It would be nice if you did an Ojukwu flick. Like a biopic.
I would love to. That's my...
But a well-written one.
Yes,
properly
that's my
written
dream character, actually. Really? Yes, wow. Because I don't speak a lot of languages. Just English and Pidgin and maybe a bit of Efik. And I remember Ojukwu had this British accent to it. So I think I could key into that.
You're already having that flow. That's, and he was a very cool guy. He doesn't... a tough guy in the inside.
And I think the beard works as well for me.
Perfect. So yeah, this is for all the producers out there.
I was going to touch on the British accent a bit.
Yes.
It does feel like you've had a long stint abroad.
Yes.
Can you break it down for us? How did this all start?
I actually went there on a student visa about 8 years ago.
Okay.
I studied in London Metropolitan University, Moorgate, banking and finance, but unfortunately I couldn't finish it. So due to personal problems anyway. So I went ahead and got different diplomas in the art, stage performance in Stratford, 6 months, and just a few diplomas here and there in England. So on the street, the phone just entered my mouth. I didn't know how the thing started.
It's nice, Jerry. You know,
I just found out that I started drinking my tea with the pinky
with the finger up like this.
You know, we like phone in Nigeria. You know, once you walk into a place and you have that accent, everybody
just welcome, sir. You can sit down, sir.
Very nice.
But did the acting really start in earnest while you were abroad, or was it when you came back?
No, actually, it started here in Nigeria back when I was a little lad in church.
Okay.
It started with me acting as Satan.
Oh, no.
I was never the pretty one to be chosen as Jesus. Would you have believed me if I told you I was Jesus?
Yes, now. We'll just wear a wig for you. You already have the beard.
Tupac Jesus. But yeah, it started from church. My parents inspired me. The community inspired me. My pastor inspired me. They kept going, go on, that's it. So when the hunger really came, we went for a real audition. I went to go look for a real job. So
auditions can be tough, though. They can be really, especially as you already pointed out, they would have probably picked the fine boy to play Jesus.
Of course. And the camera loves pretty and handsome.
But you're handsome.
Nobody's saying you're not.
You deliver. There's a certain look that you have.
There's handsome and there's pretty. They're pretty boys. Yeah. And then they're handsome men, you know?
Okay.
There's a difference.
Thank you. But so I just always try to fit myself where I thought I fit in. Okay. So I get into an audition and I'm the one that's picking up the cutlass first, like, who are we killing in this show? Okay. I'm the one picking up the gun first. I'm the kidnapper, I'm the, you know, so I just needed a foot into the industry to be able to show them that I'm versatile and I can do other things.
It's excellent.
And now they're not scared of me anymore. Most of my films, they're laughing. Okay. So
that's good. And you know, even from the clip that we watched, it looks like now you're doing now you're doing Family Man, no longer carrying too many cutlasses. But it's I think what you've done, and you, of course, being here in the 21st century, more recent, what you call the new Nollywood.
Yes.
And even having access to the online platform Iroko TV, which you work with, is really expanding things, not just for Nigeria, but globally as well.
My story has been a story of grace. Because really, where I'm sitting down with you, I'm not supposed to be here. I'm supposed to be in some corner, in some gutter next door, some crack house next door. So Jesus brought me to this couch. Why? By giving me a chance for my talent to be able to feed me. So I'm a beacon of hope for everyone out there. Anyone watching thinking everything is lost, it's not lost. You just need to concentrate. Consistency. That word has been said and people just look at it as consistent. But really, you can be consistent in just picking up a shoe. And God will bless you through picking up that shoe. He just needs you to do something so he can bless it. I think it's in the good book, he says he will bless something your hand does, right?
Exactly. Whatever you lay your hands on.
So I was just consistent. I started as a production assistant. I was the one that used to fold the cables, take the generator outside. I used to bring Mona Lisa her food. There's a Gusi, there's a Bono, you know? So there's one time I think I was talking to Honorable Desmond Elliott and I was passing, I was folding the cable and I was like, who put the generator in the bus? And he looks like, who is that PA speaking for Nede? PA, give him shit. You're playing the doctor.
And that was it.
And that was it.
Yeah.
Wow.
And that was it. I was doing my job, like I said, and God blessed me through that job. Because if I was sitting down at home, he would never have seen me and never given me a
This
chance.
is all to all PAs out there, man.
Yeah.
All
out
PAs
there
and
believe.
interns.
Yes.
Get yourself an accent.
No.
Okay, that's not what I'm saying.
No.
That's not what you're saying.
Stay in your job.
Okay, so it's interesting.
I'm just kidding.
You know, there was a time there was this ad online where there were some British actors who were all playing bad guy roles.
Yeah.
And it was because they had honed a niche in that particular sector.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of the actors here try to play the good guy role.
Yeah.
And they don't play the bad guy roles.
Yeah.
So I feel like, do you ever feel like you've been, you know, locked into that particular
No,
area?
I love playing the villain.
Okay.
They know Mr. Love his art, by the way. Mr. Segun Arinze has been collecting that villain money for decades. Yeah. I need that villain money.
Okay.
You know, we're trying to pay rent here.
All right.
And,
we don't really reward villains that much.
Yeah,
you know, on TV, we don't give them love. But here on Wake Up Nigeria, we reward actors like you with food.
Yeah, with
Yeah, so we're going to
some
step
nice
to the
Nigerian
kitchen.
food.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Okay, all right, let's do this.
After you.
Okay. Sarah's in the kitchen. Happy birthday, Sarah.
Thank you. So we're having lunch, free lunch.
Hey, free lunch today.
The HR has given us free lunch today of our days. So
Free lunch, celebrating Sarah's birthday.
Big
Chef
shout out
Tina.
to HR.
Chef
at
Tina has
TVC.
been hard at work.
Yeah, I made moi moi veggies.
Moi moi veggies.
Okay. Okay.
and this is good.
Looks amazing.
When we went to Harvard.
Exactly.
So Chef Tina will be telling us about this.
Yeah, the moi moi, it's actually the normal procedure when you're making moi moi. The only difference, I did not add oil to it, the vegetable oil. So I just greased my pan, you know, for easy removing. Then I have my egg on it. I had some egg mixed in it. Then I have some eggs on it.
moi moi really went
I have green pepper, red pepper, spring onions, carrots, and white onions.
That's some birthday breakfast.
I
Did you see the colors? Did you see the colors on the screen?
Yes. Amazing.
And plus, I'm with you on that agege bread and waka. Who was that? Yeah.
Please,
I know about that.
Go ahead.
All right. Can we?
Just dig in. And while that is going on, I want to say a big thank you. Oh, look at that on the screen.
Look at that. Goodness me. Yeah, that's it right there. That's
See,
it right
only that
there.
I'm fasting.
A big shout out to Homely NG for the kitchen accessories. And,
And
of course,
Fola showed up early this morning.
yes, he did.
Thank you.
He made us all glam.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Fola.
Yes, indeed.
And
Now,
a big thank you to our friends, everybody who joined us on the show today.
Yes,
It's
sir.
been a great Monday. We're sufficiently motivated to go out there, do big things.
don't forget, winter has come.
Back tomorrow, Tuesday, 6 a.m. 6 a.m. 6. Don't forget.
And I shall sit on the throne.
Yes, sir.